अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Hare Krishna everyone. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to purify myself and speak about the appearance day of VisnuPriya Devi. Birth, identity and qualities. VisnuPriya Devi was born on the day of Vasanta Panchami. Supreme Lord has three energies within his pleasure potency: Shri, Bhu and Neela energies. VisnuPriya Devi is the energy of Bhu Shakti, which is earth potency. Some texts say that in Sri Krishna Leela, she appeared as Satyabhama, who is the incarnation of Bhu Shakti, which is the earth potency. She is the daughter of King Satrajit. Satyabhama was married to Sri Krishna and was one of the principal queens of Sri Krishna. King Satrajit from Sri Krishna Leela appeared in the Gaur Leela as Sanatana Mishra. In Chaitanya Bhagavat, there is a beautiful description. Lakshmi Devi, the first wife of Lord Chaitanya, died of separation when he went to East Bengal to preach. When he returned, Sachi Mata so much wanted him to have another wife. Actually, every day she would see VisnuPriya Devi on the banks of the Ganges. Every day, VisnuPriya with great humility would bow down before Sachi Mata. She was the very embodiment of devotion. She was so beautiful in every way. Sachi Mata's marriage proposal. VisnuPriya Devi was the daughter of a great Brahman, Sanatana Mishra, and Mahamaya Devi. She was perfectly chaste and devoted to her parents, who are the pure devotees of the Lord. She would bathe in the Ganges 3 times a day and always chants the holy names of the Lord and performs so many devotional activities. So Sachi Mata thought that this is the person who should be the bride of my child. She approached Kashinath Mishra, a Brahman, and he went to Sanatana Mishra's home and said that Sachi Mata wants your daughter to marry her son, and you will be the most fortunate anyone who marries Nimai Pandit. He spoke to his family and they all said that they wanted to marry her daughter to Nimai Pandit. Grand wedding of Nimai Pandit and VisnuPriya Devi. Buddhimanta Khan, a wealthy man, he came forward to bear all the expenses of the royal wedding. A little background about Buddhimanta Khan. Buddhimanta Khan was King Suvarnasena, who used to rule Navadvip in Satya Yuga, and he was very much attached to material wealth. Due to the mercy of sage Narada Muni, he received Krishna Prem on the benediction to be born as Buddhimanta Khan in Gaura Leela. He said that this marriage should not be another poor Brahman's marriage. This should be the most opulent marriage in West Bengal. This should be a marriage fit for a prince. And Buddhimanta Khan said that he will sponsor all the expenses for everything. Mukunda Sanjay, who is also another household, he asked, "Why do you want to sponsor everything? I would like to contribute, but I want to give money too." In this way, they were very luxurious wedding arranged. It was a wonderful ceremony and all the people began to sing and dance, and in this way there was a fire yagya as well. VisnuPriya Devi again circumambulated together the fire, and in this way the marriage was complete. Now it's time for Kanyadan. Kanyadan. Sanatana Mishra took the hand of his daughter and placed it in the hand of Lord Chaitanya, and offering him Argya and Madhuparakan, Achaman, and also of so many other wonderful offerings, and he said, Please, it is my supreme fortune that on this day you kindly accept the hand of my daughter in marriage. Entire Navadvip came for the marriage. During the ceremony, all the eyes were on the divine couple as if to devour the matchless beauty of VisnuPriya Devi and Nimai Pandit. I give her in charity to you along with everything that I have in my life. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted and all the people showered flowers on them. Throughout the night, there was a wonderful procession. A big feast was served to everyone's satisfaction. Next morning, there were more and more celebrations. And in this time, Gauranga Mahaprabhu and VisnuPriya Devi were sitting together on the palanquin. Anyone who saw them together was simply struck with the wonder of beauty of this divine couple. Some people were saying they look like Lakshmi and Narayan, and some others say that they look like Shiva and Parvati, and some others were praising them like they were seeing Radha and Krishna. When they finally came to the house of Sachi Mata, with tears of love streaming in her eyes, she greeted them and offered some refreshments and welcomed into the house. In this way, the marriage ceremony ended. VisnuPriya Devi as wife. VisnuPriya Devi was a caring and loving person. She works hard throughout the day. She takes care of the deities and worships Tulsi Devi. She does all the household work with no servants. She cooks to all the guests with so many varieties, even if it is a short notice. And VisnuPriya Devi assists her husband in serving the Vaishnavas and Brahmins. She never argued or complained or criticized. Conversation between Mahaprabhu and VisnuPriya Devi. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and VisnuPriya Devi lived together in the loving service of the Lord. On the eve that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was to take sannyas, VisnuPriya Devi approached him alone in the room that they stayed. She said, "My lord, I have heard the rumors that tonight you will be leaving to take sannyas, the renounced order. How is this possible? Your lotus feet are so soft that I dare not even to touch them, afraid that I may harm them. How will you be barefoot walking through the jungles in the forest with thorns and rocks with your soft, beautiful lotus feet, and your face is so gentle like the full moon? How will you tolerate the heat of the summer, the cold of the winter, the bitter rains of the monsoons? The life of a sannyasi is very cruel. It is very difficult. I cannot even bear through to think of you in this way. You are my only wealth. You are my life. You are my soul and you are my everything. I have nothing to live for. I may as well drink poison and die. Please do not leave. You have your friends Nityananda, Advaita, Srivasa. If you consider me to be the cause of bondage, then I will give up my life. But you please stay with your friends and be comfortable here, but do not leave. I cannot survive." She began to weep and cry. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu began to speak to her with very sweet, gentle and compassionate words. He expressed his deep love for her and how they could never be separated, but then he said their hearts could never be separated. And he said, "Please know that there are only two things in this world that are real in the whole creation. One is the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, and the other one is Vaishnavas, the devotees. Everything else is illusion. Wife, children, husband, mother, father, wealth, home, etc. They are all coming and going. These are all the products of Maya. We can utilize these things in the service of the Lord, but we should not be attached to these things. We should only be attached to Krishna and his devotees. All of these attachments in the world are all the sources of pain. You should know that I will be within your heart and you will be within my heart whenever you remember me. I will never give up in this way. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed his four-armed form of Narayan to VisnuPriya. By hearing his words and seeing this form, she became pacified. But again, she began to weep. She couldn't give up the thought of him as her husband. And then she spoke the words of pure surrender. She said, "My Lord, you are independent. Whatever you desire, you must do it. If you desire to leave me, if you desire to take sannyasa, whatever you desire, you please do it. Because the only ambition in life is to see you happy and let no one obstruct your happiness in life." Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu encouraged her with so many words of love, and then he left to take sannyas. She massaged the lotus feet of Gaura Sundara and she fell asleep. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left to chase the fallen souls of this age of Kali. The day that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left home was Makara Sankranti day. Later that night, VisnuPriya, in the absence of the Lord, was given Murti, worshipped that Murti as her own husband and beloved. VisnuPriya Devi's devotion. Every day she would constantly chant the holy name of the Lord. After each mantra, she would take 1 grain of rice and keep it aside. So the whole day, how many ever rounds she chants, she will keep aside that many grains, and at the end of the day, she would cook those grains and offer it to the Lord and have it as a Mahaprasad. So she used to sleep for only 3 hours and she became so emaciated. This was the standard of her love in separation, and she continued to do that. When Sachi Mata was invited to Shantipur to see Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, she was so happy. But VisnuPriya couldn't go because, according to the traditions, after a man takes sannyas, he is not allowed to see his ex-wife again. She lived in the unbearable ecstasy of separation from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. As Sri Radharani was in separation when Krishna left for Mathura and Dwaraka, as Sita Devi was in separation when she was ordered to reside in the ashram of Valmiki Muni, this love in separation is the tenderest and most intimate expression of transcendental ecstasy. In the biographies of the Lord and his devotees, it explains when Srinivasa Acharya, Narottama Das Thakur and all other great souls visit Navadvip after Lord Chaitanya passed from this world, they were all greeted by VisnuPriya Mataji. They worshipped her lotus feet. Hare Krishna, thank you for the opportunity. Please forgive me for my shortcomings. Thank you.